happens every episode, guys. I'm sitting here waiting for
Liar.
Z to get ready. This happens every single episode. I'm prompt, I'm on time, and the girl is
Where did that shirt go that I just had on?
running around looking for clothes.
Well,
She's got changed about 5 times.
in front of the public.
Okay. She's got changed 5 times.
And my hairline's receding.
Like, what is going
Back to
on?
the first look.
Girl.
Obviously.
Well, I've pressed record, so you can't change it now. You can't change it now.
Yeah, funny enough, I just had an ex reach out to me on social media, befriend me, and respond to one of my stories. And this is an ex that I lent money and never repaid me, and then blocked me when I
Is
tried.
your ex going to see this?
Maybe.
So he lent you money, and
I
then
lent him money.
you lent him money,
And then he never paid it back.
and he didn't pay it back.
And when I went to ask him for it,
And when you went to ask him for it,
just a follow-up,
a follow-up,
never gave it back, blocked me.
never gave you the money and blocked you.
Yes.
That's gross.
Yeah.
How long were you and this person
Yeah.
canoodling?
More history. It was a COVID relationship, so
Okay, fine.
part of that, you know.
So you're never going to get your money back?
Which is fine. Like,
It's not fine. Have you thought about Judge Judy?
no, I'm not doing that.
Oh.
It's not worth it. Also, there's this whole moment where, like, I tried to connect with this. So we had broken up, right? And I was trying to connect. So this person still lived in New York when I moved home. And so when I was coming into New York for work, I had tried to connect with them. They basically stood me up 2 times in a row. It was like a Saturday. Like, literally, I'm here for a weekend for work, in and out very quickly. I'm like, okay, let's link up on Saturday. Yes, confirm, whatever. Stood me up. Okay, fine, whatever. Let's link up the next day, the next morning, the next afternoon, whatever. Stood me up. So I got the message that we're no longer friends. You don't want a relationship with me in any capacity. And so now I'm following up just to get my money. So when you get upset that I follow up to get my money because you don't have it, and then you want to shut me down, that's fine. That's fine. But why the fuck are you reaching out to me again?
I feel like
Also, Lee asked me to be more unhinged.
Z was talking directly to this person. So I just wanted to give you the respect to get that all out.
I'm a dainty woman, never mind.
And
Edit that
so
out.
I hope that helped.
No, it's not a big deal. But again, it's like, in what world do you think that this makes sense? Like,
None at all.
So,
not
like-
at all. Not at all.
like you see I'm doing well, and you want to like get back in my circle? No.
It's not okay. But also,
Like-
I'm the wrong person to speak to you about this because
Why?
I'm all about cutting people off, and so like
Absolutely.
no. It's something I'm working on because some people don't deserve to be cut off, and I've cut them
Oh.
off. So I'm trying to go. Everybody is human.
Yes, that's true.
People are bound to make mistakes, including me.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean that you have to cut them off.
Yeah.
Because I took, Maya Angelou's, when people show you who they are, believe them.
Yeah.
I took that too far.
Ah.
And so I'm like, you weren't here on time.
Uh-huh.
That means you're a liar. That means I don't want to see you ever again.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. I know.
You got to learn the boundaries. That's fine.
But anyway,
Lovely.
hello everybody, and welcome to Holding Space with Z and Lee. So, episode 4, not 3, episode 3.
Yeah, it's 3.
And so I wanted to hold space today for an icon, really. I mean, I think that it feels very apt that at some point we would be talking about this person, but it was kind of your idea, and I actually think it's a fabulous idea. So, who are we holding space for today?
Beyonce.
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 about Beyonce and Cowboy Carter and just the excitement and anticipation for Act 2.
I mean, this is your second time seeing her.
Yes, but I did not see her for Renaissance.
I have a confession.
What?
I've never seen her live.
Oh,
I've never seen her live. And
interesting.
I'm following it up by saying I'm a big Beyonce fan. People, I am a huge Beyonce fan. I am a really big Beyonce fan.
I don't think you can be if
I haven't seen her live. I don't know how that's happened. Well, I haven't bought tickets.
Clear.
I don't know how that's happened.
No receipts. That's why.
Because listen, I'm the girl that will say, yes, I think that she's one of the greatest performers alive.
Yeah.
I think that her music is fantastic. I think that like nobody really competes with her in terms of creativity, in terms of performance, in terms of everything, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know how I've never seen her live.
I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you.
And I go to live shows. Like I've seen Mariah Carey live, Doja Cat, Britney Spears.
But not Beyonce.
You
can do a little shout out. Beyonce, please give us tickets to Act 3 if you ever see this. Or if you do a residency at some point in Las Vegas.
What are your theories for Act 3?
Absolutely rock.
Rock music.
Rock. It's yes.
My theory is that it's the Destiny's Child album.
I love that for you. I do. I really do.
And the only thing I'm basing my theory on is the fact that it's the number 3.
Okay. I can hear that.
Is that not a strong enough argument? And she knows how much people want it, and it would be the like biggest surprise in the world, and they could go on tour for like 2 years and sell out.
I think that's the residency.
Beyonce and Friends.
I think that's the Vegas residency after Act 3.
I guess it couldn't be called Act 3 because what would you call it?
Yeah,
Beyonce and Friends.
It's also like she's like this trilogy is her reclaiming Black genres.
Right.
Destiny's Child is not a genre.
Yeah, but reclaim
R&B?
R&B does need reclaiming, actually. Maybe
musically and thematically, but like it's not run by white people.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's a good point.
No, it's definitely rock because it's gonna. She already is giving us little hints, right? Like Yaya is very much, and her performance at the Rose Bowl, whatever.
So like rock and roll, like Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Got you.
Prince, those sort of influences. And I think it's going to be perfect timing because we're all going to be so angsty by that time because we're ticked off with politicians and shit that it's going to be like, because fuck the system.
Rock music was born out of like, as you said, fuck the system.
Yes.
That's so smart.
So I
think your theory has more legs than mine.
I think so too. Sorry, babes, but Michelle and Kelly are doing their things.
Oh, listen.
It is coming. I feel like it is coming because they're both like they're both like adding to their careers. Like,
what is coming?
Like reunion could be coming because like everybody's starting to like get to their peak. I think
it's time.
Yeah,
fab. Talking about iconic, I really want to hold space for Sinners, the movie.
Don't tell me too much because I haven't seen it.
Right. Well, I went to see it last week and I hadn't seen the trailer or anything, but I went to see it because marketing works and everyone's been talking about it. And I was thoroughly impressed.
Good.
By the movie. And I would like to say that I'm probably a harsh critic when it comes to movies. And I just thought that it did an exceptional job of, yes, being within the horror genre, but also weaving in Black history, politics within America. And also just the cast was stellar. Like, I haven't really followed Haley Steinfeld, but she was amazing.
Was she?
She was great.
Okay.
She was great. Like, she definitely did her thing. Obviously, Michael B. Jordan, without saying, is amazing, but he was incredible in the film. He actually plays 2 characters in the film, which is great. And yeah, it's just amazing to have an original film do so well at the box office. Because, I think we all feel like we're living through franchise sequel era,
Yeah.
and it would be nice to have some more original films, and hopefully with this being a success we'll see some more. So yeah, I if you haven't seen it, I think you do need to see it. But yeah, it was amazing.
Love it.
I forgot to introduce us as America's top DEI podcast,
Oh, okay, yeah.
but I want that is my mission. My
Your
mission is
favorite
to
DEI
DEI podcast. That is my mission for sure.
I love it.
Do you co-sign that?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Reclaiming
DEI, yeah.
That's the motivation here, people.
Yeah. Okay, holding space. So the last one I wanted to talk about was I actually want to hold space for, and this is a experience that I've had by going to the gym. And so I do go to the gym. I try and go 3 times a week, but it doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
But one thing that I have noticed is the difference between how, and I'm talking about straight men and women here, how men and women sort of are able to navigate the gym. Because, you know, I feel like it's really hard going to the gym as a woman. Because I think that like the guys are there to either hit on you or be a nuisance. Because like I've seen women at the gym who are obviously just trying to work out,
Yeah.
and they're being bombarded by guys who are trying to hit on them. And then the other side of it is men who hog the free weights and women who clearly want to use them and just don't feel like they can make it through the watering hole where all the men are sort of clogging up the space. I just think that there's an etiquette that's missing in the gym for women, not to, yes, to feel safe, but also to feel like they have equal rights in the gym and aren't going to be bombarded by like men who don't understand social cues or when someone's telling you no.
Yeah. Well, I also think it's around like when I think of the meatheads that you talk about, that I'm assuming.
No, they don't even know a meathead. Some of them is just like just taking up space, if I'm being honest with you. Like
Not holding space.
They're taking up space because I'm just sort of like, hurry up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's this kind of like egotistical bravado that they have at the gym. And it's sort of just like, some of us are actually here to train.
Yeah.
Like we don't actually want to look at you, right? I went on Thursday and a guy was using 3 different pieces of equipment. So it was like the what do you call it? It's where you do your chest press, and then there was a machine next to it.
You're talking about the bench?
It wasn't a bench.
It's
It's one that helps you.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's still a bench there.
Yeah.
And oh my god, I sound so gay. And then and then there was another machine which I also don't know the name of. But the point was, I walked up to try and work out my biceps, and he was like, "No, I'm using that," and he was on the machine next to me.
Yeah.
So now I was like, I'm gonna go and do some pull-ups on the machine behind me. And when I stopped to catch my breath, he comes and jumps on the machine that I'm on. And I'm like, I can deal with that because I'm just like, you're a prick. But if I'm a woman that already feels uncomfortable in this space because of the testosterone that is flying around, that would be really uncomfortable for me.
Yeah. Also, that man sounds like an asshole.
Yeah, but I come across that a lot.
Really?
Where the etiquette is just terrible. And I think I can deal with it, but when it's layered with then also men trying to hit on you or looking at you inappropriately, like it's not okay to just stare at somebody.
Right.
And I think that I see women having to put up with that in the gym a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the gym can do to help with that, because they have a very hands-off approach. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure people do meet in the gym and have relationships and have sexual relationships and all that kind of stuff. But I think there are a lot of women who are already in relationships or are not looking for relationships, and men think it's some sort of like dating ground.
Right.
And it's like you're a 4 out of 10 at best. I know for a lot of guys that means that in their mind they're an 8 because
Yes.
everybody wants them.
But they're
And
also
it's
at the gym. Like when I think of the gym, I automatically assume that everybody's feeling their oats because
really?
yeah, because everybody takes up too much space. You're always puffing out your chest. It doesn't matter how skinny you are, it doesn't matter how big you are, it doesn't matter how muscular you are. That's that's the way you present yourself at the gym. Like it's
Okay.
kind of like this, we're lifting, I'm lifting, I gotta take up my space, right?
Okay.
So I feel like the machine situation is just a part of that, unfortunately. I think the point at which the woman's perspective comes in accurate, like that is extra discomfort, not being able to maneuver that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it happens regardless of gender regarding like the absorption of space
Right.
and the claiming of space, because that's kind of like you're all trying to be the masculine man, or like
Sure.
be the like peak of manlyhood because you're working out your muscles trying to get buff. Like that's the T. So like there's a natural like instinct to also like play up that role, I think.
Sure.
That naturally just
But get out of my way.
100%. But I'm just saying, like,
you
I
can
think
feel
that
your
happens.
oats, look in the mirror. Like I have to put
Yeah.
up with people now putting cameras up
Oh, I know,
and
yeah.
in the way,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like move out of the fucking way.
Right. Right. I mean, I agree.
The other thing that I really don't like is people coming over me and asking me, how much do you have left when I'm using a machine?
Yeah.
So now I say I have 100 left.
I also don't understand why people say that while you're in the middle of a set.
This is what I'm saying.
No. It's like leaving in the middle of a musical number in the theater.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You wait until the song is over and then you leave.
Mhm.
Right? That's just what you do. Etiquette. Same thing with sets. Like if you're gonna ask me a question, let me get through this shit because I am exhausted and just trying to get through this goddamn set. Wait until I pause for a second and then ask me.
Like I get that you're trying to let me know that you have been waiting.
Yeah.
But at the same time, fuck off.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Like, so yeah, I am holding space for women at the gym because I see you, I want to embrace you, and I just want you to know that you're not going through it alone. It's something that is a terrible thing, which I hope changes in some way so that you can have the comfortability at the gym too.
I think that's also why there are some women's only gyms.
Totally.
That
That is
have popped up.
exactly the reason why.
So makes sense.
It makes sense.
They
They're just
also men are
disgusting.
gross.
Why are they disgusting everywhere? Why can't you just be disgusting in your own personal space?
I think the gym is like in my head the peak of
Disgusting.
well, yes, but the peak of masculinity. Like men already claim every single space and act like douches in every space, right? But then on top of that, you're putting in the muscular competition, which is like brings in instinctual like predator vibes. Like it's literally setting everybody up for failure.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Like it just is like you already have like men already have that perspective where they can go anywhere and like take up the space, and then you add in like we're now competing to be the most manly by lifting weights. Like it's just
I see what you're saying.
It's like the peak of what the obnoxiousness of manlyhood is.
Right. And by the way, they bring their friends so they have an audience.
Yeah.
Which makes it worse, by the way.
Yeah.
Because you have 4 buddies that are like around you. One's filming you, one's cheering you on, and one clearly wants to suck your dick.
Ooh.
But it's like you're in front of the free weights and I can't get to them because of you and your crew.
Yeah.
Who brings a fucking entourage to the gym?
To the people who live there.
Anyway.
Well, for the muscle bros watching this, only use max 2 machines at a time. Let people work in. Don't hit on women at the gym.
God.
Let them be.
Where are you raised?
Also be aware of
Animals.
your space. Because other people are there and it's not your gym. Thanks for the PSA.
Thank you for that.
Thanks for listening to the PSA.
Let's move on. Deep or dumb? We're here already.
Uh,
Yes.
um,
Deep or dumb? So it's my turn.
yeah. I don't remember what we're talking
Or is
about.
it
So.
something deep or something dumb? So I don't know. Like, I think that it's probably a mixture of the both. I actually think
Okay.
this is quite dumb. So in my first relationship,
Mm.
I um put a lot of our moments together
Yeah.
on the internet. That
Okay.
sounds like I did porn.
Watch out for the OnlyFans.
So what I mean by that is I shared like pictures of us
Yeah.
on our social media. Like if he was waking up, I might do a video in stories. It like, you know, if we looked cute together at a party, someone
Yeah.
would take a picture of us. And then the relationship ended and I had to delete all of that stuff.
Mhm.
And then I made a promise to myself that I would never share my relationship on the internet ever again for that reason.
Okay.
And so I just want to know, is that dumb? Number one, to feel that way. Or number two, because also I have a problem with a lot of people who put their relationship on social media, show us the highlight reel, and then when they break up, they tell us that, you know, they were actually, you know, fighting each other in the apartment. He was cheating with 100 women. Like, I don't want to have a fake. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm going to show a picture of us, we actually have to be good. I can't pretend
Right.
for social media that
Right.
we're basically faking it for pictures and likes and for everyone to think that we have a good relationship.
Well, I think that's what social media is. First of all, you're not posting when something tragic happens in your life. Typically, you're not doing it. You might post in your story and be like, "Guys, pray for me," or "Send me money," or
But if
whatever it
you're
may be. But you're
listen,
not doing that on your page.
but if your guy is trash and
Yeah.
you put up a picture of going, "Oh my god, we're so in love," and all this, I'm not that type of person. I can't fake it. So
Yeah.
if I am sharing a picture, it's because we actually are good. Like, we don't have to be good every single day,
Yeah.
but our relationship is in a good place, and I want to share that.
Mm.
But I think a lot of people share their relationship, and
Yeah.
their relationship is trash.
Gotcha. Well, do they know that it's trash? That's the real
Yes,
question.
because they're on the phone to their girlfriend saying, "My man is trash."
Well, then that's on them.
Yeah.
That's on them. From my perspective, I don't know if I would post that much of somebody to begin with. But then if I do have a post here or there, I actually keep it up as like to me, social media is like a journal entry, right? It's a diary. So I keep it up as like a reminder of the relationship happened, the partner happened.
So all the men you've been with, I can find them on your timeline, on Instagram, on your grid.
If I've posted them,
Oh, okay, fine.
right?
So
I don't
if you
know,
got a
maybe I
new,
did erase the
if
second
you,
one.
that's what I'm saying. If you got a new boyfriend and you're so in love, you're gonna keep all your old boyfriends on your
Yeah,
grid.
fuck that.
You're gonna keep it.
Yes,
Why?
because one, I'm a nostalgic person. I'm a nostalgic romantic, right? So I love past time. I love the old feelings. So there's that. Second, every chapter of your life, you learn something, right? Every partner, you learn something. There's something to take away from the experience, right? So for me, that first relationship, I learned X amount of things. Taking it away, erasing it, essentially says that I'm erasing those lessons that I've learned.
Have you ever thought about starting a diary?
No, because social media is that.
But also, it doesn't have to be on the grid. Like, you can hide it, you can
Yeah.
archive it. I just think that I couldn't. I think the difference with me is
Yeah.
that when I break up with somebody,
Uh,
it is done. So, like, it goes into a box, we compartmentalize
Uh-huh.
it, and we move on.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you are still on my grid, then you are some way still in the vicinity of my memories in my life. So I don't want those nostalgic memories. I
Okay.
want them in the bin. And so, like, I don't even want to stay friends with somebody that I like dated. I tried it, it didn't work. So
Yeah.
I don't want to be friends with people that I've dated, been in situationships with.
Yeah.
No, I want it clean.
I love that.
And I don't want, the reason also is because I don't want my partner talking to his exes. Really, I don't like that.
Okay. Okay.
I think it just is confusing.
Sure.
Like, you can say hi, you can call him if
She's possessive.
you can say hi, you can call him if his mum died or something.
Okay.
But in terms of like, oh, I was just at Pappy Juice with my ex. No.
Okay.
Oh, you think you would be okay with that? I don't think you would. I think you would say you would, and I think that
I
deep
think
down
you're
you
right.
wouldn't.
But I also have felt with a partner previously completely secure in what we had.
Sure.
So it didn't matter. Like I would see them, we weren't dating, we weren't exclusive, but the first time I've ever felt this sort of feeling was with somebody that I had something so special with, and there was like beautiful, pure moments that even seeing them on Grinder, I was not jealous. I was like, you know what? If you find something else, have fun because bitch, we're gonna have like these cute moments and this special thing that allowed me to be secure with what we had had.
Right. But then
Like nothing can compare.
you guys have set the relationship up that way though. So it makes
Yeah,
it
I mean it
very
was before we
easy.
were like
Yeah.
actually in anything. Which,
Yeah.
um, but I still think that there's a reality behind if you're with the right person, there should be a sense of security in who you two are together. To
Sure.
trust them enough
To say hello.
to do what they need to do.
Sure, say hello.
If they want to be friends with their
What does
whoever,
friends mean?
friends.
No, I don't really
Okay, this is
understand it.
the last episode that we recorded. We talked about boundaries and friends, and this is why this conversation is also different. Your boundaries with friends are very different than my boundaries with friends.
See.
If I say friends, there's boundaries up. Mentally, it's blocked. I don't want to fuck you. Goodbye.
Right.
That's not the same for
No.
you.
So you don't think it's dumb. So if I met somebody that I really liked, you believe that it's not silly for me to not want to share our relationship on social media.
Not silly for you to not want to share.
See, two negatives make a right.
So you don't want to share.
I don't want to share.
I don't think that's silly at all. I think that's
silly.
also like the reality is your feelings, whatever, your feelings are valid in this, right? If you have been in a relationship over a long period of time and then you felt like the need to like go ahead and like delete all of the posts, then you're just guarding yourself from having to do that again.
Yeah.
So at some point there might be a time where you're like, actually I do feel secure in this and I do want to post. And that's fine.
If I was engaged,
Perfect.
if we lived
That's gonna be
together.
the first time you're posting.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Dizzy and Lee. So this week I actually had someone write in. Yay! And the question, so the question.
Yes.
My high school bully has reached out to me to say that they've seen how well I've been doing and they wanted to reach out to say hi and I wondered, let me do that again. My high school bully has reached out to me to say that they've seen how well I'm doing and they wanted to reach out to say hi. And I wondered, what is the correct response if the message is not led with an I'm sorry? Do you want to go?
Sure. Actually, I don't even know. I don't know how I would respond. My first initial thought my first initial thought is that people are so self-absorbed that they often don't realize what impact they've had. So, unless you point it out to them, they don't think they've done anything. Like it's like they had a great time. So, everybody had a great time, right? Um So yeah, I guess if you want an apology, then I would say you'd have to call the person out on their bullshit
I think that
or ignore them.
I think that yes, we can say forgiveness is a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
Blah 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 blah. And I find a lot of the times with, and this is a gay man that wrote this in,
Mm.
I think a lot of the time, gay men do get their revenge on their high school bullies just by being a success, still looking good in their 30s.
Mhm.
Um, and that certainly happened with me.
Mm.
Like a lot of the people that used to call me names at school still live in the same town. If you looked at their picture, you'd think that they were 40 years old, not 30 years old.
Mhm.
They got married very early and have kids, and all the pictures that they upload on Facebook, because there's always Facebook,
Mhm.
they look depressed.
Always Facebook.
And so I think that success is a really good medicine for revenge. And
Okay.
because I know the person who wrote this in and they are doing really, really well,
Mm.
I think that like it's great that you've been able to make something of your life that this person can sort of look at it and say, oh, this person is doing really good despite their experience at school.
Mm.
Um, because a similar thing has happened to me,
Mm.
um, in which he reached out to me on Facebook Messenger,
Yeah.
always Facebook, and my response, just because it's me, was, "What do you want?
Mm.
Why are we?"
Yeah.
Because it was, I don't like it was small talk, but I don't even like doing small talk with people that I like.
Yeah.
So he messaged me out of the blue, and this was
Mm.
somebody that was like very persistent in his bullying,
Okay.
where like I had to like see if he was down the hall and go the other
Mm.
way because it would always be an issue. And he just kind of messaged me like we had always been friends. And so it was kind of like, what do you want? And maybe
Yeah.
there was something that was triggered from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I think if the conversation is not led with an apology,
Yeah.
I think get to the nuts and bolts of why the fuck you're messaging me.
Right. Right.
Because like, yes, like I'm doing well, but I don't need to hear that from you.
Right.
Like, why do you think you telling me that
Mhm.
is some sort of like praise that
Yeah.
I needed to hear in my life? Like, you still are centering yourself in a way that is problematic to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. As if so you're saying like framing it as though I want to talk to you,
Like, what was
or as if we're
framing
cool
it
enough.
like I need your maybe approval. I need you to tell me that you are proud of me and you've seen the things that you've seen, right? I don't
Mm.
understand, as somebody that was only negative in my life,
Yeah.
why do you think that that opinion matters to me so much that you had to message me about it? Or on the other
Mm.
hand, if you were so concerned with me being gay at school,
Yeah.
then 8 times out of 10, you're probably a gay lord now.
True. Fair. Fair.
A lot of the men that were bullying people have had their own internal struggles with
Yeah.
sexuality.
Yeah.
So perhaps they were messaging me for that, but like
Mm.
there would be nothing about that scenario that would make me want to
Respond. Yeah.
respond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that it's like I don't know that the motivation is like specifically like you need my validation. If I'm the straight person, you need my validation, or you need to hear that I'm
But
proud
I'm
of
saying
you.
that they think that their opinion still matters.
I don't know that.
That's the
No,
centering that I
I
don't
guess
get.
that's what I'm saying is I don't think it's about their opinion. I think they see that you're doing well
Yeah.
despite everything,
Yeah.
or maybe they don't even care about that part. They see
Yeah.
that you're doing well,
Uh-huh.
see that you're having fun, and want to be a part of it now that their life's boring.
Oh.
So no shade to
And
everybody in my
and
hometown.
and
Like you're still having
so
fun. You're
you
still
tell
out
me what
partying. You're still like you're
you
in New
tell me
York.
what the
Like
best outcome
uh,
would be for them in their mind. What do you think is the
I th-
end goal?
I think it in my head, right? It's the um connection to the fun, like the connection to the young lifestyle, like having that as like I'm close to it is like kind of I'm living through you. Like I get that all the time when I'm home. You're like constantly partying. You're constantly doing this. You're like, I live through you. And I'm like, first of all, no, I'm not. You're just seeing social media. But so I think it's like that, like how I think it's getting to be close via just knowing you
Yeah.
that spurs that interest in your life, spurs that reach out moment. Like they see it so much, they like want to be a part of it. They want to have like that relationship to it.
I think that you could be right. But I also think that if you bullied somebody,
Yeah, I'm
then
not saying they should
I
reach
think
out.
no, I think that the apology needs to come quickly.
Yeah,
The apology needs to come quickly.
yeah,
Like we're not just going to dust that off as, oh, it was just school.
yeah.
Oh, we're all young. No.
No.
Like the apology needs to come quickly. And if you're not ready to apologize
Yeah.
or acknowledge your behavior,
Yeah.
then I don't think you should reach out to that person.
Right.
Because for especially the queer community, that shit stays with you for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So maybe it is that he wants to live vicariously through my friend.
Yeah.
But I just think it's a weird scenario.
Yeah, I'm not saying like just keep on going with it and say, hey, how's it going? How's your child? Like, no. I'm just saying that I feel like that's more of the perspective than I want you to feel proud or I feel like you need my validation. I think it's more relative closeness to the excitement that you have in your life.
So what is
But
the
I
answer
agree.
to the question?
I think if you want an apology, you got to lead the conversation there or be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like what you did, which is like, what do you want? Like, we're not cool for you to just reach out like that. Like, what do you want?
I agree with both of that. If the
Yeah.
apology is so important to you,
Yeah,
then I think that you need to lead the conversation there.
absolutely.
And if you are not able to do that,
Mhm.
or you don't feel like that you want to give them that much power or credit in the conversation,
Yeah,
then get to the point and say, what do you want?
yes.
Do you know what I think?
What?
I think that brings us to the end of the show.
Thanks for joining us on
So-
Holding Space with Lee and Z and Lee.
Okay, thank you so much for joining Holdin Space. So Holding Space with us,
Yeah.
your favorite DEI podcast.
Also, if you had any thoughts about this week's episode, please feel free to email.
The email in the show notes.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Especially women, if you want to talk about your experience in the gym, anything like that, we're happy to hear.
Oh, I would love for you
Yes.
to talk to me about your experience in the gym, or you can rate our podcast as well, review it, because I hopefully will get to the point where I'm reading some of your reviews, which is exciting. And obviously you can follow us on at Holding Space Pod on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And that is Holding without the G. And you can follow me on Instagram at @LeeGray_.
You can follow me at ZStoner22.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.